Hi everybody and welcome to Gravel Union Talks, podcast series full of inspiring stories, news and events from the world of gravel. Each month we will be talking with guests who are passionate about riding off the beaten track, adventure riding, bikepacking and gravel racing. I'm your host Carlo, and behind the microphone in a chilly Newcastle upon Tyne, not having the flu, is Olly. Olly, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. And it actually isn't that chilly, weirdly. It's 14 degrees or something
really?
outside, which is very unusual. It feels quite odd.
What happened? But it is raining, isn't it?
It is raining.
Of course, then I'm confident that you're in the UK. So we have guests on every show. Later on, we'll interview them. But if you've been following the cycling media lately, you'll know the cycling history isn't exactly the cheeriest place at the minute. There have been regular stories about dropping sales, tighter profit margins, companies struggling and closing even, and a lot of general worry about where things are heading. One thing that keeps coming up is that the industry has become a bit too focused on itself, always talking about products instead of figuring out how to bring more people into cycling in the first place. But here's the thing, if we can grow the number of cyclists around the world, everyone wins. So we figured this episode should focus on something that really matters, building community. Like, for example, Gravel Union. We're thrilled to have two guests joining us, Angela and Manon, who are here to share their experiences with Velocity Ladies, a fast-growing community of women cyclists in the Netherlands. Welcome, ladies. We'll be catching up with you later, but we start always, like in every episode, we start with Olly. And what's your topic of this month, Olly?
Well, I figured, seeing as we're going to be talking all about community, that we should look at some community-based stories that we've run in the last year, and I found three really good ones that I thought we could highlight this month. So we're going to start off with one that happened in the autumn. It was an event called the Peak Gravel Overnighter, which happens in the Peak District National Park, right in the centre of the UK. And it's the chap who runs it is a regular Gravel Union contributor called Valerio Stewart, who's an Italian but who lives nearby the Peak District, so it's his adopted home. And he puts on this fantastic, very, very low-key event that tries to appeal to people that wouldn't normally sign up for gravel events or bikepacking events. And he makes no money from it, and it's all done on a shoestring budget, but everybody loves it. And he put in his write-up that there's a fine line between epic adventure and complete chaos, which seemed to sum up the event pretty nicely. So it's all about community building and not about making huge profit or becoming rich over it.
If you see the pictures, you see everybody enjoying every minute of it, although the weather is pretty horrible.
Yeah, pretty shocking.
And the second example.
Second one is another event, because this is also really community driven, and it was by a group called Girls That Ride Bikes, and it was an event aimed at women and non-binary riders of all different ability levels, so complete beginners right up to slightly more expert level. And they put on a thing called the Wild Weekender in August. And the summer, this summer, the weather had been incredible in the UK, and then they managed to pick the one weekend in August when the weather was horrible and it rained and was pretty grim.
Again, also a lot of rainy pictures, yeah. But they're having fun.
Really fun time despite the weather.
It's a big group.
Huge. It went down super well, and it was the first time that they'd run it, and they managed to attract a really good audience. So I think it'll be one to watch out for next year.
And the last one is from Italy, right?
Yeah, something a bit different, from an Italian contributor called Claudia, who's sent in lots of stories for us before. And she works, part of her role is as a guide on a gravel cycling camp. And again, it's a women's only one, so it seemed to fit pretty well with the topic we're talking about today. And it was all about her point of view, guiding one of these training camps, what it's like to be there from a guide's perspective, the kind of the benefits of it, what she gets out of it, and also to try and attract other lady riders to sign up for it.
Interesting. I know you've been a bike guy yourself, Ollie. What do you feel is the difference between a? Did you ever lead a all women group or
No.
No?
Because you can't. I think as a bloke, it wouldn't be right to lead a women's group.
I understand.
So I worked with groups of mixed gender, and some had more women on than others, but I didn't do any that were just women.
Okay, well, we'll talk about women's stuff in the rest of this episode. Let's go over to our bumper and then head over to the interview.
Okay, so welcome, Angela and Manon. Thanks very much for giving up some time this afternoon to chat with us. We thought we would start by getting to know you a little better, and there's a really easy way that we do this with all of our guests, and we're going to ask you what was the first bike that you ever bought and how much you can, or were given probably, how much you can remember about it. So Manon first, so what was your first bike?
My first bike was a track racing bike made of aluminium.
Okay.
And I bought it somewhere in Zuid-Limburg in the Netherlands. At a store that didn't really care about me and my type of cycling. They just wanted to sell the bike. So it was a not very personal fitting for me bike. It was just a bike, and I started riding on it.
And how long ago was this?
This was I think 13 years ago.
Okay, so you were, what I was thinking. So you were an adult when you did this rather than as a child. Okay.
Yes, I was 30 years old.
Okay. Well, there we go. Great. And what about you, Angela? Can you remember your first bike?
Yeah, my first bike was a Scott Foil, black and red.
Yeah.
Race bike also, like Manon. And I bought it by a local dealer. And it was secondhand. And it fits me. It fit me then. Yeah. Great. It was a good bike. Yeah.
Did you both have? Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was 45 when I bought that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you both have bikes as children as well?
Yeah, just like a normal Dutch.
The Dutch Ollie.
I was
thinking
bikes.
It sounded strange that if you only bought your first bike when you were an adult. I was surprised, but I figured you'd both.
We
have
were
had
born
bikes.
on a bike.
Yeah,
that's what I figured.
Well, for a Dutchman, it's like you're born on a bike, so your first bike will be taken as okay. This is my race bike, because I think an average Dutchman has like 4 bikes.
Okay.
At least.
One bike you go with your friends downtown to have a drink, because you know it can be destroyed or stolen.
Yeah.
And those others.
But it's always sorry to miss him, because it's a very nice bike to have.
Yeah. We do everything on the bike.
Yes. So. Groceries, everything.
Yeah, that's good. We're very jealous from the UK, where it's not the same, unfortunately.
I know that last time you were visiting the Netherlands, it's that foreigners always are astonished at the number of cycling paths that we have. So everything's really it's I think safe. Or I know that
safe, yeah.
Angela, how you doing? Because safe, you had we planned this podcast like a.
It was not my fault. It was the fault of the
let me explain. We added this podcast plan a little earlier, but then at the very latest minute, we got a call of Manon saying, "Well, Angela had a crash." But you're doing just fine right now.
Yeah, just fine. Nothing major happened. But the police was already there, and I have to check on in the emergency room if my head was okay. But my head is never okay, but it was okay.
Okay,
it's good to hear.
That's good to hear.
Some bruises and some pain in my muscles the next day. So it is okay.
But mostly it's safe in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Mostly, yes.
Okay. Right, next thing we're going to talk about is your background as cyclists, how you first got into it, apart from obviously the fact that you're Dutch and so it's obligatory, but how you got into cycling as a kind of a leisure pastime, what your history is as a cyclist. Angela, do you want to go first this time?
Yeah.
So you bought a Scott foil. Was that your first?
Yeah, but that was my first race bike. But the reason why I got into cycling is the Olympics were when I was 45 on the track.
Okay.
And a Dutch girl won, and I have a big mouth here with my boyfriend. And I said, "Oh, if I'm on my city bike, I'm faster." So my boyfriend thought, "No, she needs a clinic track riding in Apeldoorn." So I never sat on a race bike ever. And when I was my birthday for my 45, I did some clinic in Apeldoorn on the track, and I was
Great.
sold.
Really?
You were hooked.
I loved it. Yeah, I loved it.
'Cause
I never.
Hooked on the track, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty
Yeah.
hard to start off
Yeah.
with. As
It's
well.
really hard. I
Yeah,
did
but
I
I
did it
loved
once,
it.
and it's really. And
Yeah.
I was an experienced cyclist, I thought, but and I crashed also
Yeah.
because it's it's a different bike and it's a different setup. So.
Yes, very different bike, but no brakes and no gears. So, but I love the cycling. So after a few months, I bought my Scott foil, my first one. Yeah.
Okay. And Manon, what about you?
I started cycling when living in Zuid-Limburg again. And I was just, I just had moved from the west of the Netherlands, where it's flat, to the hills of the Netherlands. Yeah. And my old friends from korfbal, it's a typical Dutch sport. I played korfbal before, but I stopped with it. And my old friends from my old neighborhood had this crazy idea to just cycle up the Alpe d'Huez.
Wow.
And it was just men's only. So my boyfriend was really like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And yeah, I was excluded. So I wasn't happy with that because I really liked the idea of cycling the Alpe d'Huez. It's a Dutch mountain. And so many Tour de France went over it. And who won? Which Dutch cyclist won there?
Oh, that's a good.
Well, a couple
test.
of Peter Winnen. I think Teunissen won. Rooks won. Stefan Rooks. And the last one, I think I'm not sure.
What about the women? Probably Marianne Vos.
Yeah, Marianne Vos probably.
Oh, yeah.
I would guess that is a guess.
Henny Kuiper once won back in the 70s or early 80s maybe. So yeah, it's a Dutch mountain.
Maybe?
Yeah, but then you want to climb it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If all those people went there, so I was like begging the friends and my boyfriend for me to enter the group, and eventually they say, well, okay, you can join us. So 2 months before, I started training on this new track bike I got, and within 2 months I climbed Alpe d'Huez in
That's
like
pretty
1
impressive.
hour and
Wow.
1 hour 16 minutes.
Really?
Wow.
I was totally dead and crying
And talented.
and super inspired to do it again. So the next year I did Alpe d'Huez and they did the climb 6 times.
Wow.
So there it started for me.
So the pair of you are pretty hardcore. Angela started on the track. You started on
Yeah.
Alpe d'Huez. That is impressive.
Cool, huh?
It is.
Not many people would do that. I think most people would do something a little more gentle first of all.
Get into things a little bit more.
Good job. Okay, next thing we're going to talk about is community building, because that's really your expertise and why we're here today. So the obvious question is, why is community so important? It doesn't matter which one of you answer, both of you.
Yeah, we were wondering, I was wondering also, but I was thinking about this question, but I think it's giving me, for us, I think, for maybe Manon also, but for me, it's giving meaning of what we're doing, and gather the women together as a community, and sharing the good rides, the bad rides, everything, the coffee stops, but also the laughter, everything together in a group. That is why I think community building is very important. Also, feeling safe as women together, I think that's also very important. If we are just looking for the women, I don't know for the men, of course, but it's a safe place for women. I think that's also important. Looking at Manon, maybe you agree?
I agree. We have a motto at Velocity Ladies and it's called in Dutch samen fietsen is gewoon veel gezelliger. And in English it's something like cycling together is just way more fun.
Okay.
And I think this is the base of having the community because it's way more fun to share, to do things together, to get excited, to get inspired by each other. And you need people to get inspired, to be able to grow, to be able to feel safe on the bike and to be unsure or very sure. It's in a community so much more fun. So I think it's the fun and the
sharing.
Yeah, sharing and having fun together and also share the bad things. Not every ride is fun. If it's raining, it's not fun. If it's a hard climb, no, it's not fun. But together you can change that fun. Not having fun to something cool and good.
Yeah, and I think it's not only the cycling, but also personal things that we can share. I think that's also important.
Like making friends.
Like making friends.
Like making friends.
Yes.
So now with Velocity, I've got like 300 friends.
Brilliant.
And not all my friends, but it's just enjoyable that we are all over the Netherlands. And if I go to Venlo and have a cycling friend there and I can stay there or we can ride together there. And so that's for me also a part of the fun of the community.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned the name Velocity Ladies was also in the introduction, but maybe now is a good time to explain people who don't know Velocity Ladies, because in the Netherlands you're quite famous actually. Everybody knows Velocity Ladies, but maybe you can introduce it to the European audience.
Manon, away.
Yeah. Well, Velocity Ladies is a cycling club, especially for ladies, organized by ladies. So we focus on ladies, of course, on women. And we like to ride a sportive bike, like race bike, mountain bike, gravel bike. We all do those disciplines, not track bike. It's just occasionally on a track. I hate track biking, so sorry. We organize this at a level of 10 different departments throughout the Netherlands. So we are Velocity Ladies as a whole, but we have got 10 departments who are also Velocity Ladies, but then in a city. So you've got Velocity Ladies in Amsterdam, you've got Velocity Ladies in Eindhoven, you've got Velocity Ladies in Venlo, and go on and go on. And we have got one special department or chapter. It's called Velocity Ladies Cross Country, which is really aiming on the off-road biking. So the city departments are really aiming on.
I think
the best one. Of course.
Yeah.
So the cities are aiming at the road cycling, and the 10th department is really aiming at the off-road part. And we organize rides throughout the whole of the Netherlands because it's not possible in the Netherlands to ride off-road everywhere. So we really enjoy going all over the Netherlands and inviting all our members to come to our rides. So it's not city-bound. It's really like all over. And like every 2 or 3 weeks, we organize a ride and invite everybody. Also, people who are not in Velocity Ladies, but it's mostly for our members.
Okay.
So yeah, what do we do more? Of course, cycling club. Velocity Ladies is a cycling club. We organize rides together at the cities, like once a week. And we have got a social media platform, a nice app who helps us with organizing the rides. We go on holidays together. We have parties together. We do clinics together.
Big events,
Big events, yes. Lately we did the Tour de Femme. Like everybody knows, it's Tour de France for femmes. And with our sponsor, we organize bigger rides with maybe 100 or more ladies, and just cycling and meeting each other, watching the Tour de France together, and having lots of fun. So that's also a part of Velocity Ladies.
We give training also.
Yeah. So it's not only cycling and but also like developing, so people can grow in their sports, and I think it's important because we do like just sporting for fun, but it's also important that people can develop and grow in what they do, and we also offer a program for that.
Great. Yeah. And what are your roles within Velocity Ladies? What do you both do?
We're all board members.
Yeah.
I'm a chairwoman,
chairwoman probably.
Chairwoman.
Chairperson.
Chairperson.
And I'm just...
Yeah, what are you? It's algemeen bestuurslid
just
in
from,
Dutch.
Yeah, algemeen bestuurslid is just board member.
Board member.
I think.
Okay, well that's an important role though. So you help to govern and to manage it. So that's
it sounds pretty complicated with the because you have 300 members and also with the departments you have to communicate and get everybody in the same.
We have 10 departments, and in every department there is 1 or 2 ladies who are in charge. And we directly communicate with the ladies who are in charge in each department. Manon is also in charge from the department in Lisse, and I'm also in charge from the department in Eindhoven. And Manon and ik are both in charge of the cross-country department, and that is the off-road department.
Right.
Yes.
So you're pretty busy.
We're pretty busy.
And we love it.
We love it.
Now, at the minute, you've got groups in, as you said, in 9 cities across the Netherlands. Yeah. How did you decide where you were going to have your different groups? Was there some... Did you say, we want one in Amsterdam, we want one in Eindhoven, we want one in Venlo, or whatever?
We wish we could say that. But mostly people are contacting us.
So it's community
So if they feel like, if they feel like, I would like to start a Velocity Ladies, they come to us and just tell us about what they're doing, and then we go having a conversation with them and see if it's possible to start a department there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the new one. That's news.
That's a scoop.
That's
it's
news.
A scoop.
Really? You're gonna have 11 now.
Yeah, the 11th one, and that will be in Apeldoorn.
Okay, that's where you did the track clinic.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where.
Because Apeldoorn has the nicest track of in the Netherlands.
Last year I went to Amsterdam to do track, but that's a more difficult track than the in Apeldoorn.
I know, it's smaller and it's more steep
it's smaller and more steep. Yeah.
It's really steep.
Yeah, really steep.
So Apeldoorn is the last department.
Yes.
Is there a
next one?
Is there a goal that you want?
Not the last one, the next one.
The next one. Yeah. How many? Is there like a target, or how many departments do you have, or just you go with the flow?
There's no limit.
You're going to take over the world.
We want to.
Yes, we want to.
So
first, Belgium. There are already contacts in Belgium.
Okay.
So, but first of all, the scoop from is April 26th. Apeldoorn will start. Yes.
So we have a scoop, Olly.
Yes.
That's always good.
So you said then it started off, it's community driven, so people contact you to set up a new department. Is that also how the off-road section was created? Was there the demand from your existing ladies to create a new group? Or is that because that was your passion and so you wanted to create one?
I
think the last one. The 2 years before that, we already did some gravel rides, more off the record, not really like a department.
Okay.
So after 2 years, and a lot of off-road Velocity Ladies, so they have a race bike and they have the gravel bike, were joining Manon and mij, Manon and me, and then we think last year January we made the Department of Road official to say we want some budget and.
Okay.
And they become a real member, like the other cities, only member from the off-road department.
Great.
Yeah.
And are there mixed memberships also? So people have...
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But it's just all the way around, though. It's also... so if you are a member of the off-road, you can also ride on your race bike in Amsterdam.
Okay. Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah. Okay.
You have a group in, I don't know how you pronounce it. It looks like Assen.
Assen.
Okay.
Pretty good, Olly.
Yeah, that's it. My Dutch is improving no end, isn't it? And the Dutch one, the Assen one started as a gravel group, so it's slightly different to the others. How come that came about?
That came about because Suzanne, that's the one who is in charge in Assen, is an off-road cyclist, not a road bike.
So it's her passion.
And she's an ultra gravel rider, I think you call that.
Yep.
And she only does off-road, so only gravel. So
she doesn't own a race bike, so she contacted us and showed us how passionate she was about cycling, and in her case it was off-road cycling and the ultra cycling, and she was so enthusiastic, and we are also very enthusiastic. And in Assen the off-road roads are beautiful.
Okay,
yes.
So it was
So
a good
we
fit.
thought,
It's really nice.
so we thought let's just start off with the gravel department instead of race bike department.
Yeah.
And see what happens. And it's fun.
It's okay. But maybe we know we want to add the road bike group there also.
In the same place. Okay.
Yeah, same place. Yeah.
Where is your biggest growth at the minute? Are you getting more ladies who come in who want to do gravel, or are they? Is it mainly? Do you think it's women who are road riders that are signing up?
I think it's mostly road riders who are signing up and then discover the gravel bike.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's another good part of community. Then you can help educate them.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, we've got a difficult question, not difficult, but a slightly more controversial question next. We have an organisation in the UK called Cycling UK that's a big cycling advocacy group and a charity, and they do really great things for cycling, but this year they've been in the press for the wrong reasons. They have an award each year called the Top 100 Women in Cycling, where they try and promote women cyclists who do all sorts of different things. It might be pro cyclists, they could be in the media, they could be advocacy, brand ambassadors, they could do charity work, whatever it is. They've decided this year that it's only open to biological women rather than trans women or and it caused a massive hoo-ha. It made it into the mainstream media, which is really generally a bad thing. And a lot of the women who had been nominated turned down their nominations and said they weren't interested in being involved if it was so restrictive. What do you think about that? And do you have a similar policy? Or how does your policy work if someone wanted to sign up?
We have a trans woman in the club.
Yeah.
Yes.
And because we are not competitive, I think every person who feels like a woman
or is
should be able to ride with us.
Okay.
So if you feel a woman, please be
make
welcome.
It as inclusive as possible.
Yeah, it's also in our how do you call it in Dutch? Huishoudelijk reglement. Carlo, help me. Carlo.
Probably, I don't know.
In our rules, rules are
right.
really, they are...
to make it as open as you can.
Yes, it's in our rules. If you are a woman or you feel like a woman or something like a woman.
Okay.
you can ride with
very
us.
welcome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Because we are not competitive.
Yeah,
If we are competitive, it's maybe a different story, but we are not. So everybody is welcome.
Yes.
Yes, of
And
course.
one of the things that if someone wants to sign up, and this, I was talking to Carlo about this before we came on air, and it made me laugh. One of the things that you do is a trial ride where you give someone a kind of a test so they can see whether it's for them or not. And in the information on your website, you've put that they should be able to maintain an average speed of 25 kilometers an hour. And I saw that and I thought I couldn't join you if I was a woman because I can't. In the UK, doing an average ride at 25 kilometers an hour would be unbelievably difficult. My average road rides, I probably do 22, and that's pushing it quite hard. And then Carlo said some of his rides have 10 meters of elevation gain, which made me laugh because if I could walk out the front door of my house, I do more than 10 meters of elevation gain. So I hadn't considered just how flat your rides are because 25 k's an hour sounds pretty fast, but Carlo assured me that that's perfectly okay. So does 25 k's an hour to you, that seems pretty reasonable?
Yeah, it's reasonable. Yeah,
especially in a group.
Yeah, especially in a group.
Very easily to manage.
You get towed along.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
The draft.
That's the advantage of being in a flat country because it's flat everywhere. So you have like the common I don't think, Manon, that doing a ride in the south of Limburg you would be able to do 25. Then you would be a really really good rider. But in the rest of the country, it's like, okay, if you could do 25, I think that's more or less in every group. That's the tempo that you should be able to hold for
ride solo.
Yeah, I think in the UK it would be more like 15 would probably be for a beginner's group. Yeah, which sounds really slow. But I was saying to Carlo that a typical ride that I would do at the weekend, I'll do 1,000 meters of climbing, and that's pretty common.
Yeah, that's not common.
No,
but
okay. So
what makes it that's the one. The one aspect is that you can do the 25 average. Well, you should be able to do that. The other advantage is that, in comparison to like you're in the northern part of the UK, there's so much elevation that you can't really ride as a group. And in the Netherlands, it's so flat that you can ride 3, 4, 5 hours and stick to the group. You know, nobody's going anywhere. So
you do turns. Yeah.
So it's very different.
So it's really what you see in many clubs, also not only with Velocity but also with other clubs, is that you do your Sunday ride in a group. And then it's samen uit, samen thuis. So it means that you leave together, but you also come back together. So there's no drop whatsoever.
And that's policy.
Yeah, and that's really what we consider in the Netherlands as a flat social ride is that, and it brings people together. You know, and you can also. Definitely. When I started off, before the Second World War, somewhere. Is that you're also you're taken into a group. I think same goes for the Velocity Ladies groups and people guide you.
Okay, so you'll actually teach them the skills that they need.
Okay, this is what it like giving signals to the back, holding your speed. Don't go up your saddle and maybe causing a crash in the back. Stuff like that. So it also you educate people, and sometimes when you get a gentle reminder, and sometimes maybe a little bit less gentle, but it allows you to grow as a cyclist, I think. So
that's the whole point in community, isn't it? Is absolutely. The fun aspect, but also the education aspect. If you can learn. So what kind of training do you offer then? If I brought my wife to the Netherlands and said, introduced her to one of your groups, what kind of things would you teach her, for example?
Well, riding in a group in a safe way, with giving the signs, the signals, the vocal signals. Mm-hmm. We tell her about keeping a steady pace, keep the line steady on which she's riding, no braking without a reason. Just small, minor safety rules we have. Okay. And those rules, there are in every group in the Netherlands. They're universal.
Okay.
So that's the first thing we teach, just safe riding in a group and feeling comfortable.
Is there?
Yeah,
Is there?
some women are so new on their bike that we also have to explain how to shift and how to click.
Yeah, okay. Because riding in a group is quite a skill, isn't it? So if they're total beginners, it would.
Yeah.
I think that would probably be a jump too far. But I guess maybe you probably don't appeal to the complete beginner level. You want some with a bit of experience.
Yeah, what you see is
a little bit experience is enough, but we also offer like start to bike training.
Right.
Yeah.
It's from
we call it velovaardig.
Yeah, in our club we call it velovaardig, but it's the concept of start to bike. It's from our bond, the NTVU
Federation, the Dutch Cycling Federation.
Okay.
Yeah, and they offer a program where people who never rode a racing bike just come to a club, an NTVU club, like Velocity Ladies.
Yeah.
And just learn in like 6 weeks the basics of cycling. So they learn how to get up the bike, to steer, to look around, to handle the brakes.
Before they go out on their first group ride.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that there, like in the UK, there will also be like is there a code, like signals and everything?
Yeah, there's a bit like we have accents and colloquialisms. There's a slight variation from place to place, but a lot of the signals are pretty similar.
So it's you need to have a code and a signal code, etc. Because you can't see everything when you're in a group.
I think it's pretty universal, I think, and only on the side of the way.
Using the code in the Netherlands, it's really important because we are a small country with loads of people,
so
different
you have to communicate
riders.
really clearly.
Yeah.
I think there's even the Dutch Federation even has there's also maybe a little bit Dutch want to have everything set. So there's like this is the official code to use.
Yeah.
Also for I did a course once as a ride leader because I do some riding and then people asked me to do a lead and I thought okay, I need to be I want to make sure that I do it properly, and then you learn a lot of stuff which is really really interesting. This you as a bike guide, Olly, I'm sure that you're also familiar with all the details that you have to be really really well. You know, who's the last in line? Make sure that everybody can make the crossing if you cross a road. Some stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to talk next a bit about Liv, who are your one of your partners, aren't they? And Liv are the women's section of Giant Bikes, and you have a good relationship with them. How did you first how did they get involved with you, and what benefits do you think Velocity Ladies bring to Liv?
To answer the first question, we just we had this plan to conquer the Netherlands with Velocity Ladies, and we started off in Eindhoven as a first chapter.
Okay.
And we just presented to Liv what our plans were, conquering the Netherlands, get women on the bike and have fun with each other together, I should say.
Yeah. At that moment, we have only 15 girls, 15. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very small start.
Very small.
We started quite small, but Liv was like blown away by this idea to have many chapters throughout the Netherlands and involve the giant stores throughout the Netherlands together with the chapters. Get these get these women on the bike. That's the aim of Liv as well. So we fitted like what they were looking for. Okay. They want this community building. They didn't have it. So they saw an opportunity within Velocity Ladies and our plans with our 15 members in Eindhoven and just said, we believe in this. Let's go.
Great.
So it's like 6 years ago when we really, really just started, and they just said, we have confidence and we trust.
I think it really fits them because it's brilliant. Also from their perspective, because I know they're actually sponsoring pro riders, and which is always that's the easiest thing for a brand to do the pro riders, but to get in touch with the base, that's really important. So and it fits the brand because Liv is a brand that wants to have
Women.
yeah.
Women cycling.
Of all levels, of course. And eventually they want to sell the bikes to the ladies, of course. But
Of course.
it's
but we have a direct contact with the buyers. Liv have now a direct contact with the real buyers,
which for them is amazing.
Yeah.
and it brings
It's real customers. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it will also bring customers or the ladies in contact with their local Liv Giant store. And
Yes, also.
I know, for example, that when we do in the Netherlands, we have the Marley Grav UCI qualifier, and that's a weekender. So there's a tour on the Saturdays. There's a race on the Sunday, and I know that Liv Giant actually has the pro riders there, but also insists on having the Velocity Ladies or every level should be there. Because that is what their brand is about. So it really fits like a glove, I think.
Great.
Yes.
I'm sure that Jan Wevers will be very glad to hear this all, of course.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder why more brands don't do it, because it's not common. At least in the UK, it isn't common.
Now, if you see, I don't know the English word of vereniging. We are a community. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are a community, but also a vereniging. I don't know call the English word. Manon, do you know?
Club.
Who?
Club.
Club. But there's no amateur club in the Netherlands who's sponsored by a professional brand.
Okay,
like
just
Liv.
Velocity Ladies.
Just Velocity Ladies.
Great.
But Trek or something like that doesn't sponsor
But
a club.
it does help that they decided to have the women's brand is Liv and the general brand is Giant, which like you said, when you have a plan, I can imagine that the marketing manager at that point thinks, wow, this is just fitting the brand ideally. So let's do this.
Karen was at that point.
Okay.
It was very
So because it is the marketing strategy of Liv is different because having a women's brand is it's also risky, I think, but then you need to embrace ideas like this to get the situation where they are right now, because they have a strong brand, at least in the Netherlands, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so also.
Great. And how many of
to answer the second part?
We're only at the first part, Olly.
Yeah. You asked what did it benefit for Velocity Ladies?
Yeah.
And yes, because we have this department, but we also agreed to have 6 open rides every year, which we organized with Liv and local giant dealers who are not in the area of already existing chapters.
Okay, so you can explore somewhere new.
Yes, and it didn't deliver new departments for us, but it did deliver our name as Velocity Ladies to a lot of different new women who'd never heard of us. Yeah. So for us, it was really like a nice promo for our club to have these rides with Liv and with the giant stores. It was super easy to organize, and it was lots of fun for like every party.
Great. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you both benefit. So Velocity Ladies benefit, Liv benefit. Everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy, yes.
Everybody's happy.
Good stuff. We've got through most of our questions because we fitted a lot in, which is great. So the final one that I've got on my list was to ask you... Actually, there's 2. I lied, sorry. Crystal ball, first of all. Where do you see yourself in the future? So if you were to say in 5 years' time, where would you like Velocity Ladies to be?
Yeah, a big row, I hope. We want 1 or 2 departments each year. So I hope we doubled.
Yeah.
I think I hope we have 20 departments in the Netherlands, and I hope in 5 years that we also have 1 or 2 departments in Belgium.
Okay.
That is strongly on my wish list, and I think on the Manon also.
Yes.
And also the level of they are speaking the same language, but it's a different country, so that's very easy for us.
Yeah.
Going to Germany or other places is
it's a bit more
harder
complex.
with the language. Yeah,
Okay.
it's more complex. Maybe English is, but that's in 5 years. I hope to be there. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And I've got a contact in South Africa where they also speak Dutch. And,
Right.
Not everybody, but she really thinks about starting maybe a Velocity Ladies there. So then we have Africa as a continent as well.
So you really are taking over the world.
Yeah, that's
It would be really nice to have this connection with all women, and not only Europe or just the Benelux, but also through the world. But that's not, I think, manageable in 5 years. But in 5 years, I think we will have the whole of the Netherlands, yes.
Brilliant.
And like Angela, I also fancy chapters in Belgium, yes.
Are there still like white spaces in the Netherlands where you want to have people?
Yes.
Starting
everything above Asse is
the north.
just white.
Yeah,
yes, the north.
Densely populated north of the Netherlands.
Yes, and the far south of the Netherlands
not
is
densely,
also blank space.
No, it's not densely populated, but so people when listening to this podcast from the Netherlands, female, and from above north of Asse, then reach out to you.
It's
quite
niche, but
yeah.
you never know.
I would love to get in contact with you then.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's good that you're spreading the word anyway.
Yeah. And I think it would be also very nice when the gravel community grows a little bit more.
Right.
Okay.
To explore more events. Now we're just doing a lot of riding, but it would be fun to also have a community within who's doing the nicest events. There are so many nice gravel events, and I would love to explore them with the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Carlo's got good contacts there, so he's probably a chap to talk to.
Well,
maybe
we actually know each other also, because the Netherlands is not
not very big.
we only have 16 million, so everybody in the cycling community knows one another more or less. So we came across once or twice.
Great. Okay, final question, which both of you can answer this differently. If you could go and do a Velocity Ladies ride anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
Yeah.
So you can take a group of your Velocity Ladies with you if there isn't already a ride there. Where would you go? Angela, you go first. Where would you go?
Yeah. It's a bit, Europe, I think it's very beautiful, but I saw your question, of course, and I thought graveling in South Africa was, I think it's very nice there.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know. I never been there, but maybe that's...
I know an opportunity for you then, Angela.
Yeah.
There's a new gravel event that's starting next year that I just published a story about yesterday called the Garden Giro route, which looks fantastic. That's a 6-day gravel event, a new one in April. So if you have a look
in South Africa,
in the Western Cape.
Cool.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Okay,
so that's what.
Manon, where would you go to?
Well, I am dreaming about doing the silver route in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
You have got this Compostelo de Bladibla.
Yes.
But you've got also a silver variant that goes from the south of Spain towards the Compostelo.
Great.
And it's I heard from a Spanish colleague of mine that it is very beautiful to do this. It's all off road, and it's like 8 days cycling. It's like 1,000 km.
Okay.
Wow.
And she told me it's so beautiful up there. So I just got this feeling that I need to do that and to go there.
Great.
Just go backpacking with my gravel bike and get as many women together with me. It would be really fun.
Well, if you go to either South Africa or to Spain, we can run a story about it next year. So
Sure we can.
keep us posted.
Cool.
Carlo, have you got any more questions you'd like to ask?
No, I think we covered.
We got through a lot,
everything.
haven't we?
Yeah, sure. So, thank you very much for giving us the time and elaborate a little bit more on Velocity Ladies. Hope it's inspiring to other ladies across Europe as well. So, let's finish things off, Olly. Thank you, Manon. Thank you, Angela, and thank you,
Thanks for having us.
listeners,
Welcome.
for joining us on this month's edition of Gravel Union Talks. If you have any suggestions for guests or topics you want us to feature, then please reach out through Instagram or send an email, info@gravelunion.cc, and we'll try to fit in our schedule. Please like and star us on your favorite podcast platform and make sure to leave your hopefully positive remarks. Don't forget, if you like what you've heard on this episode, there's loads more great stories, features, news pieces, and all the latest gravel event information over on the gravelunion.cc website. Special thanks to Martijn for our very own music and Ruben for editing the show. And you again for listening, and hope you can join us again next time on Gravel Union Talks.